Okay, so this may be a big surprise to some of you guys, but I'm actually a big Attack on Titan fan, and to be honest, if you follow me on Twitter, you should know by now that I am a big Attack on Titan fan, but I thought, you know what, why not bring something new to the channel, and obviously something that I enjoy watching and reading, obviously, so I thought, okay, let's just go ahead and have a look at the Attack on Titan manga with you guys, specifically this chapter. I don't think I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the other chapters, so starting from now, and obviously monthly, I'm going to be taking a look at every single chapter, and maybe the episodes, it depends. I definitely want to go ahead and maybe just review the last episode of the anime, because I have a feeling I know what's going to happen, and I think it's pretty obvious, especially if you've read the manga. But yeah, this chapter in particular is definitely very interesting. It focuses a lot on Reiner, and the funny thing is, I was actually not arguing, I was having a debate, so to speak, with someone on Riku's Discord about the lack of character development in Attack on Titan, and admittedly, for some characters to get character development, you will have to read the manga, because keep in mind that the anime took, the second season of the anime took ages to make, around 4 years, and within that period of time, the amount of character development that some of the characters obviously got in the manga is insane. You have, to be fair, Ymir did come a bit early, and that kind of it didn't put me off, but it caught me by surprise. I was just like, wait, isn't this supposed to happen chapter 90 or something along those lines? So the fact that we got to see Ymir's backstory super early is like, oh, okay, and it kind of revealed a few more things that we shouldn't have known about up until, chapter 80 to 90. So that was definitely a bit of a surprise, but who knows where they want to go with that. I would imagine that the author just thought, you know what, let's add Ymir's backstory a bit early, just because. But yeah, spoilers if you haven't read the manga. Basically, after Ymir goes back with Reiner and that, she basically just sacrifices herself and accepts her fate, and we don't exactly get to see her much after that, so maybe he just wanted to put her backstory a bit earlier. I don't know, it's weird, but honestly, I am kind of upset that Ymir went out that way, because I do feel like she is an extremely underrated character. But let's talk about the quick chapter. So the way that I'm going to be doing this is just basically going to be skimming through the entire thing first time round, and then I have a few chapters in particular that I really want to talk about, and if you think that there is a better setup for me to do this thing, do let me know, because I'm always open to your suggestions. So first chapter, they are back inside their homeland, which I believe is the Marleyan homeland. Forgive me if I butchered the name completely. And a ton of character development for Reiner. So, oh my god, I can't believe it. Despite what he has done, I kind of feel sorry for him. And if you haven't read the chapter yet, you'll obviously find out why. And of course, always support the official release, even if it's just, watching the anime on Crunchyroll or something like that. Just support the official release. Obviously, because I don't live in Japan, I can't get my hands on this. But, just do what you can, even if it's just like a figure or something, the game. But yeah, so the truth from the Marleyan side, they are basically home. Again, skipping through it, and obviously if you want to go ahead and read the entire thing yourself, I'm pretty sure there are some websites online. So this is where I want to talk about specific things, and it starts here, but again, like I said before, I'm going to be skimming through it. But for a quick summary of this specific page, and I keep forgetting their names, but I believe that he is Falco, and I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right. And obviously you have Reiner here, you have Gabi. So he just basically goes over Reiner's achievements and how loyal he is to, the Marleyans. But again, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, do correct me. And then we have more of that here. We have all the guys just meeting up with their families. So the majority of this is just them meeting up with their families. Obviously you have Falco's parents, I would imagine, as well as Colt. I believe these two are related. You have Zeke as well, their grandparents. Oh, when I saw that, that specific chapter, I was like, oh, this freaking guy just betrayed them all. You have Reiner in the background, and if I can recall correctly, I'm pretty sure that these two are cousins, Gabi and Reiner, so that's an interesting relationship that I didn't necessarily know about. This is obviously Reiner's mum, and then this is actually, I completely forgot about this scene, and it's actually one of the ones that I wanted to talk about. So Falco spots these guys, and in a previous chapter, I believe, is the one where we thought that Eren was potentially following them, and now that I think about it, I think it's definitely a possibility. Maybe he's trying to infiltrate the area or something. So if we quickly move on to the next few pages. Okay, here we go. So Falco talks to the guy with the armband that is backwards. So he's like, calm down, okay, your armband's backwards. And then we move on to the next page, and he doesn't have a leg. And if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure that in the last chapter he had a leg. So unless something happened in between then, I'm not too sure. Maybe this is like his way of infiltrating the base. Maybe he's not actually part of like the whole Marleyan side. I don't know how it works exactly, but I am pretty sure he is not capable of walking by himself. And last time we saw this guy in particular, he obviously was capable of walking as he was following them. I'm pretty sure that was the past chapter. If I'm wrong, do let me know. I haven't read it in a while, but I'm pretty certain that this was at least in the last chapter, and this was after all the fighting, so this is when they got on the train and all that stuff. So maybe Eren, if this is Eren, obviously, maybe he just like cut off his own leg so that he could maybe get in. It's weird, and I know that I was supposed to like just be skimming through all these chapters, but like the way that I see it now is that for Eren to be able to get into this area, the captain said, you know, during a specific page, they are going to be treated at the hospital here, and he's actually like kind of surprised in this country too. So I feel like for Eren to be able to get into this country, he had to be injured in some sort of way, and it obviously worked. So yeah, definitely seems like this is Eren, and honestly you have to keep in mind that anyone that can transform into a Titan does have selective healing, so he's most likely just stopping his leg from healing, of course. And I don't know how, but he just cut his, he just cut his own leg off so that he can obviously get into this country and do whatever business he has. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this particular page, but I've pretty much gone over everything that I wanted to go over. So here, of course, we have Gabby talking about how she completely like derailed the cart or the train, and you know, patiently waiting for the Armor Titan to arrive. Reiner says that he has no doubt that Gabby is going to inherit the Armor Titan now. So anyway, as I was saying, he was basically talking about his hellish experiences, and you can kind of tell that he regrets what he did, and he's just like saying these specific things for show. And then obviously his mom kind of has beef for the Eldians, and you will find out why. So they, like in this particular page, she basically talks about how they are both Eldians. Obviously Reiner is like half Eldian, half Marleyan. Again, if I'm butchering the name, do forgive me. So because procreation is forbidden between Marleyans and Eldians, like he does not have a dad. They basically can't be together. And basically in the next few pages, Reiner is just like trying to become a warrior so that obviously him and his mom can become Marleyans, and they just go through all of this intense training. He meets like basically everyone that we know now. Of course we have Bertolt. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I've never have. He passes. You have Annie. And then obviously he becomes a candidate to become a warrior as well, and obviously this is like one step closer to becoming an honorable Marleyan. And then here he's obviously just saying how he is going to inherit the Titan's power. He has a bit of an argument, and he is essentially the weakest of the group, and only 6 of them can be chosen. So we obviously do know that in the end he is getting chosen, but this guy is like super dedicated to becoming one, and he basically this guy here, I don't know his current, like what his name is, but he basically calls him out for, you know, being like super loyal and writing how loyal he is like all over his tests and stuff like that. And then he's just basically saying that he is the worst one here. What he says, so physical strength, intellect, marksmanship, close combat skills. Clearly Reiner like lacks a few things, but in return he is obviously an extremely loyal person, especially when it comes to like you know, trying to become a Marleyan. And he's obviously doing this for his mum and himself because he wants to be with his dad. Even if it isn't for his dad, he obviously wants to do that for himself and his mother so that they can obviously be part of the entire country, so to speak. And then of course you have your good buddy who becomes your best friend. 13 years. It's like he talks about 13 years. I can't wait that long. 13 years is basically obviously the curse of Ymir, and that is basically when he would be able to inherit the powers from these particular guys, but we know that he inherited them anyway. We have Annie here as well. So there are a few things that I am a bit curious on what they're going to do in the next few chapters, or the author is going to do in the next few chapters. Are we going to get a bit more of a Reiner like backstory, even though we pretty much know why he's doing all of this? And let's be real, the reason like I just feel so sorry for him because he was unfortunate. I wouldn't say unfortunate, but because he was born like half Eldian, he obviously was kind of like restricted from being part of a specific world, and to become a Marleyan, he had to go to the island where the Eldians live, and then he obviously had to do all these things, try to retrieve the coordinate and stuff like that. Once he got there, he kind of met all these people that he got along with, and that is where he kind of started to develop that dual personality. Is he a warrior or is he a soldier? And it kind of conflicts. He's basically fighting a conflict within himself. So this is one of the other pages that I wanted to talk about, and this obviously relates to what's happened in the last chapter. He's basically saying that Reiner asked him to save Gabby. If anyone else heard that, he'd be in like a lot of trouble. So if he also wants to free the Eldians from this war, then and then he's kind of interrupted here by Gabby, obviously. So it seems like Reiner has like something else in mind, and that he could potentially be trying to like save the Eldians in a way. I don't know. Obviously, we will see in the coming chapters, but it does seem like Reiner is scheming something, and obviously doesn't want conflicts between the two sides, or maybe he just wants Falco to take the Titan power. I am not too sure if he is going to inherit anything or if he's supposed to. It definitely will be interesting to see how they tackle this, and if he is going to play a crucial role. I would imagine he will, and if he's obviously going to play a crucial role in what is coming up, and if it has anything to do with this guy. Wait, I went past it. If it has anything to do with this guy, it's definitely going to be an interesting upcoming chapter. But yeah, overall I thought it was definitely a very solid chapter. We are getting a ton of character development for Reiner, which is something that I think we needed for a long time, and now we know his motivations for obviously going to the island, and why he wanted to do all of those things, and why he kind of regretted it. Yeah, I kind of like, to be honest, I don't dislike his character. I can understand why he did those things in particular, especially after reading the chapter, but now you can definitely tell that there is some sort of regret. And again, like I said before, great chapter. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as always, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this different video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more.